Hello everyone, welcome to this week's Monday message with me, John. It's so lovely to see you. Thanks for dropping by, thanks for tuning in again. If you're tuning back in with us, if you're new to these, it's good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. I'm going to bring a very short message today just called Remembrance. For many, yesterday, Sunday, was Remembrance Sunday, where we remember those from our armed forces who have gone before us and those that are still serving for our country today. Remembrance Sunday is always a weird thing. Personally, over the last few years, I've got really interested in family history. And as part of my paternal side, my dad's uncle that he never knew, Bernard, died in World War II. He, at the age of 18, went off to fight the war like so many others in the 40s, and he died in Italy. He died on the beaches of Anzio. And on a personal note, I feel like I'm starting to feel it a bit more. I'm starting to recognise that he was just a boy and just a young man. And those that are my friend on Facebook will see that I put a post yesterday where I was saying he had so many dreams and so many aspirations and so many ambitions, but obviously died fighting for freedom, fighting against the evil that was Nazi Germany. And it made me think yesterday about a particular book in the Bible, which is called Ecclesiastes. Great name. You have no idea how long it's taken me to attempt to say that name. But there's a great passage in there that's used a lot. It's used in a lot of funerals, it's used in a lot of texts, and is a great example of time and remembrance. And this is what it says. I'm going to read you. It says from Ecclesiastes 3, and it's 2 to 8. Well, it's 1 to 8 really. So it says this: there's an opportune time to do things, a right time for everything on the earth. A right time for birth and another for death. A right time to plant and another to reap. A right time to kill and another to heal. A right time to destroy and another to construct. A right time to cry and another to laugh. A right time to lament and another to cheer. A right time to make love and another to abstain. A right time to embrace and another to part. A right time to search and another to count your losses. A right time to hold on and another to let go. A right time to rip out and another to mend. A right time to shut up and another to speak up. A right time to love and another to hate. A right time to wage war and another to make peace. I feel like that's timely for this year. So much has happened so far in 2020. We're almost at the end of 2020, and that sounds so weird to say. This year seems to have just gone so incredibly fast. But there's a right time for everything that happens on this world. And verse 15, which carries on in this, says this: whatever was is, whatever will be is. That's how it always is with God. So I don't know what you're going through today. Maybe you are finding yourself in that situation today where you don't know what to do. You've been put back on furlough, or you've lost your job because of the year that's been so far. But there's a time to cry and to shout and to be angry. But there's a time coming when everything will make sense. Because whatever was, is. And whatever will be, is. That's how it always is with God. God has amazing plans to use you. You may not feel it at the moment, but God has amazing plans for you, for your life, for your experiences, for the mess that has been in your life. 2,000 years ago was the right time. Jesus came, He was born to very, very ordinary background, to a young girl and a fiance or husband, in a barn, in a stable, in a courtyard, really, amidst the hay and within probably the poorest of the poor. A king from heaven, born to such lowly place. Lived a life all those years ago where he showed the love of God. And that same Jesus that lived those and walks that ordinary life back then with kingdom values lives within you. He works within you. He works for you. And I want to encourage you today, with whatever you're going through and whatever you feel like seems to be overcoming you, that's how it always is with God. Because he has a plan. So whatever was is, and whatever will be is. Like my great uncle Bernard, who had his time. I can't imagine what he would have gone through in April 1944. I can't imagine what it must have been like to fight in the Second World War or the Great War or any war that's gone. We've been so lucky, our generation, to not have to be enlisted and to fight like they did. But my mind automatically goes to what he must have been feeling in those final days, what he must have seen, and what he must have felt as he journeyed through Italy. There's a right time to wage war, but there is another to make peace. Everything has a season. Another translation, this is a translation called The Message, which is a kind of like a devotional writing of the passage, but in another one it says that every time has a season, everything has a season. And that's very true, everything has a season. So whatever war is raging on within you, there's a time for peace. And as we remember all those lives lost, civilians and military, over the next coming days, obviously Wednesday being the 11th, let's remember them, but also remember the amazing seasonal changes that God can do within your life through everything that you're going through. You may be addicted to alcohol, you may be struggling with addictions to pornography, you might be struggling with addictions to food, you might be struggling with addictions to other things. But that's a season. All you need to do is put your mind to it, put your mind to Jesus, and let Jesus and the Holy Spirit, and let the Holy Spirit move in your life today. And I pray for you this week. I pray that this message will encourage you and maybe tempt you a little bit to go and look for Jesus and look for that right time to change of season. Thank you for tuning in, and I wanted this to be a relatively short message today because I want us to remember those that have gone before us, those that have fought for our freedom, but also remember that the battles that rage within us aren't forever. Maybe the illness that you're fighting right now feels like it's just the only thing that's in your life, but it's not. But I just pray that as you go through this week, you will remember that there is one who fights for you. Even when we don't feel it, he is fighting for you. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for popping by. We're always here, like we say every week, we're here for you. And if you ever need to just reach out and have a chat with us, we're here. Thank you for just dropping by and for tuning into this message. And I really hope you have a great week. And remember, you are loved, you are valued, and you are cherished by a God who created you for a purpose. Have a great week. See you later.